At 5 a.m., my grandson called me crying. He whispered just one line. "Grandma, don't go home." This story would have ended very differently. The phone rang at 5:12 a.m., that fragile hour when dreams still cling to the edges of waking. I almost let it ring, almost, but something in my chest tightened. The way it used to when my children were small and cried in the night. "Grandma?" my grandson whispered. "Don't go home." His voice was thin, urgent, 12 years old, and already carrying a fear no child should know. "I'm on my way now." "Eli," I said, keys in hand. "What's wrong?" A breath, another, then, "Please, stay where you are. Don't come home." I stopped in the doorway, dawn bruising the sky a pale gray. "Eli, talk to me." "There are men," he said. "They were inside. Mom told me to hide and call you." The line went dead. For a moment, the world narrowed to the sound of my own breathing. I turned off the engine I'd just started and sat very still, listening to the silence, to my pulse, to the part of me that had survived a lifetime by trusting its instincts. 10 minutes later, sirens tore through the quiet like paper. I lived on a calm street, maples, porches, the smell of fresh-cut lawns in summer. That morning, red and blue lights flooded the block. Police cars boxed in my house. Officers moved fast, careful hands on radios. A loudspeaker crackled. "Ma'am, if you're inside, come out with your hands visible." I wasn't inside, and thank God. Neither was Eli. I watched from across the street, heart hammering, as they pulled 2 men from my front door. One wore gloves. The other had my crowbar tucked into his belt like it belonged to him. They laid them face down on the pavement. Cuffs snapping shut. An officer approached me. "Are you Margaret Hale?" I nodded. "You're lucky," he said gently. They were waiting. "We believe it was targeted." Targeted. The word felt heavy, deliberate. For what? He glanced at my house. "Your daughter testified last month." "Of course." The trial. The threats that came in crooked handwriting. The late-night hang-ups. My daughter had waved them away, brave to a fault. I had offered to take Eli for a while. She'd insisted everything was fine. Everything is never fine, I thought. They let me through the tape after it was safe. Inside, the house felt violated. Drawers open. Photos face down. The soft places disturbed. Eli sat on the stairs, knees pulled to his chest, shaking. I crossed the room in 3 steps and held him. He clutched my coat like a lifeline. "You saved me," I said into his hair. He shook his head. "You always say to trust your gut." Mine said to call you, later, when the sun finally cleared the roofs and the street returned to itself. I made tea. My hands trembled so badly I spilled sugar on the counter.